She had a BA degree certificate with first class. When her father had come to know about her affair with Arun, he had kept her certificates in his custody and later burned them when she eloped with Arun, which obviously made it difficult for her to get a good job. Won't she be regretting for her decision now? Asked Arun to himself. He wished he had not accepted her when she decided to come along with him, leaving everything behind. Then Susie would now have been leading a happy life with her doctor husband abroad. When he felt moody and upset, his mother kept on telling him that it was not his fault, it was just the destiny, which was already planned earlier. 2 years rolled by, still no one was willing to offer him a job. He felt terrible staying at home unemployed and depending on his wife for his survival. He tried to work with his hobby of painting, but he couldn't get his attention fixed on it. Susie knew the only way she could help him would be by getting his vision back. Keeping that in mind, every month she had been saving a meager amount from her salary towards his eye operation, but she wondered when she could make sufficient money for the operation. One day she was directing a phone call to her boss. After the call was over, he had called her to his cabin. Susie, I have a good news for you. My younger brother Sijit is coming down from USA for good. He wants to start his own practice in India. He's an eye specialist and hope he would be able to help you. It was a great news for Susie, but sir, she gazed at him in disappointment. Mr. Srikanth understood her problem. Don't worry about the expenditure. I will tell him about your husband and you are my staff. He can't refuse my request. He gave her an assuring smile. A gentle smile of relief appeared on her face too. That evening, Susie walked as fast as she could to reach home. After getting down from the bus, she wanted to convey the most wanted news to her husband. Thank God, at least now I can see a smile on his face, she said to herself. After hearing everything, Arun let out a smile and spread his hand on her shoulder, as though he appreciated her sincere attempts. That night, they both slept peacefully, hoping their life would change for the better soon. After a couple of days, Susie got a call from her boss. Susie, I have told everything about you and your husband, and my brother has agreed to do his best. You can go tomorrow itself and meet him with Arun's discharge summary and other related papers, and find out how early he can fix the surgery for Arun. I am sending his visiting card to you, said Mr. Srikanth. 5 minutes later, the peon handed her a visiting card with the doctor's name and qualification written in bold. His address and phone number were also there. She conveyed the news to her husband, who was awaiting her call eagerly. Then Susie indulged herself in daydreaming for some time. After the surgery, Arun will be able to see our child for the first time. Now he can only hear his sound and touch him. Soon Arun is going to see the replica of his childhood, which according to his mother is little Prati. Arun will become more optimistic and start looking for a job again. His old company may consider taking him back. Who knows? I must remind him to speak to his earlier boss in the glass factory where he was working before his accident. When Susie reached home, her husband was waiting to tell her the good news from his end. Sue, I can get back to my job as soon as I become alright. I have talked to Mr. Iyer, my immediate boss, and he has agreed to strongly recommend my case, said Arun in great excitement.